Hi students, in this video I'll be going through the 2023 A Math O-Level A Math paper 2 question 8. Right, so this is a question about applications of differentiation. So it involves maxima and minima problems as well as the part 𝐑-𝐻 problem. Okay, so let's read the question. So diagram shows a symmetrical wooden framework A, B, C, D, E, A consists of 7 pieces of wood. So AED is a straight line. So the sections AB, BE, EC, and CD are each of length R. Okay, where R is a constant. So angle BAE is theta, and theta is between 0 and 90. To express the area enclosed by the framework in terms of R and sine 2 theta. So over here, R is a constant, key thing to take note of. And they want us to express the area in terms of R and sine 2 theta. Okay, so you should notice that these three triangles are actually isosceles triangles because they have a pair of equal sides. So that means the angle here has to be theta already. Okay, and because this framework is symmetrical, if I were to draw a line straight down the center, then the left side will be a mirror image of the right side. So in other words, this has to be theta, this has to be theta. Okay, then in order for the shape to be symmetrical, okay, BC has to be parallel to AD. If not, there's no way it's going to be symmetrical. So by alternate angles, this one will be theta and this one will be theta. Okay, so this means that these three triangles are actually congruent. Okay, so to find the total area, what I'll do is I'll find the area of one triangle and multiply by 3. Okay. All right. So what is the formula for the area of triangle that you learn? Okay, besides half times base times height. Okay, we also learned that area of triangle is half AB sine C, right? Okay, so now we can take AB to the length, the side AB to be the A, because we know the length in terms of R is R. Okay, then BE to be the side B, okay, because we also know the length to be R. So this means that we need to know the angle between the two sides. And we can find this out easily in terms of theta because we can just take 180 minus theta minus theta. So 180 minus 2 theta. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So angle ABE. So we tell people how we got angle ABE first. 180 minus 2 theta. So the area enclosed will be 3 times. Okay, so now I'm going to find area of triangle ABE. One of them only, and then multiply by 3. Okay. So area of triangle ABE will be 3 times half AB, so sine 180 minus 2 theta. Okay, so if we simplify, we get 3 over 2 R squared sine 180 minus 2 theta. Okay, but what they want us to express is 2 theta, but what we have is sine 180 minus 2 theta. Okay, so what is the relationship between those two angles? So if you look at if we have a straight line, okay, so if you recall, if let's say this one is 2 theta, right? Okay, so let's say if this is 2 theta, okay, then this is 180 minus 2 theta. Okay, so what's the relationship between the two angles? Okay, so if two angles are, okay, so if two angles are on a straight line, okay, if two angles are on a straight line, then the sine of both of the angles will be equal. So in this case, sine 180 minus 2 theta will be equals to sine 2 theta. Right, so this works for any pair of angles that are on a straight line. So let's say you have down here you have 50 and down here you have 130, right? So you're going to press your calculator, you will see that sine 130 equals to sine 50 as long as the two angles add up to 180. Okay, so what we can write is, but sine 180 minus 2 theta equals to sine 2 theta. Okay, therefore area enclosed equals to area enclosed AR equals to 3 over 2 R squared sine 2 theta. Okay, so this will be the answer. So we have found it in terms of R, in terms of sine 2 theta. Right? Okay, so let's look at part B. Okay, given that theta can vary, find in terms of R the maximum possible area enclosed by the framework and the value of theta at which this occurs. So We can always change the angle to be bigger or smaller, but what will happen is that the area enclosed will be affected lah. Okay, so they want us to find the value of theta at which we will get the maximum area. Okay, so in order to do that, if you recall, we will need to find dA d theta, and then at the maximum area, dA d theta will be equals to 0. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So dA d theta, so we're going to differentiate this one, okay, with respect to theta. Okay, so we'll get 3 over 2 r squared. Okay, so differentiate sine, you will get cosine. Okay, now you need to apply a chain rule. Differentiate the 2 theta, you'll get 2, then you multiply by 2. Okay, so in other words, you'll get 3r squared cosine 2 theta. Okay, then as mentioned, at maximum at maximum A, okay, these are supposed to be plotted. Okay, at maximum A, dA d theta equals to 0. So 3r squared cosine 2 theta is 0. Okay, 3r squared can't be 0. Okay, so it has to be cosine 2 theta equals 0. If 3r squared is 0, that means r 0, then you won't have any framework to begin with. Okay, so what values of 2 theta will give us cosine 0? So if you recall, usually I will remember by the shape of the curve. Okay, so cosine curve look like this, right? Okay, so when the y value is 0, okay, this angle will be 90 and 270. Okay, by this case, 2 theta has to be equals to 90. It can't be equals to 270. Because if it's 270, then you find theta, right? Okay. Okay, maybe later I'll write it out. Okay. Okay, so let's say you take 2 theta to be 270, right? Okay, then theta is 135. Okay, if you look at the diagram, it's possible for theta to be 135 because the triangle inside has two angles that are theta. If it's 135, it'll add up to more than more than 180 already. Okay, so we won't consider 2 theta to be 270. Okay, so the value of theta at which we get the maximum area is 45 degrees. Then we just sub in maximum area is 3 over 2 r squared sine 2 theta, right? So theta is now 45. Okay, sine 90 is 1, so we will get 3 over 2 r squared. So the maximum area is 3 over 2 r squared, right? Right, let's take a look at part C of the question. So a similar framework is made from a single piece of wood. So that means they say that there's another similar framework, same shape, okay? And the sides A, B, BE, EC, and CD are also still R. Okay, but the total length is made from a wood of length 8r sine theta. Okay, there's no wood wasted. So this 8r sine theta will be fully used. Okay, so now they are asked to show this equation. So we have an equation to show. Okay, this means that in our working, we need to formulate an equation. And then after that, we try to simplify the equation. And then hopefully we end up with this. All right. So how can we formulate an equation? Yeah, we are given the total length of the wood, right? Then the only equation that we can formulate is using the length of just adding up the lengths of all these 7 pieces of wood and then equating it to 8r sine theta. Right? So that's what we're going to do. Okay, but first let's think about how we can get all the lengths. Okay, we already know 4 lengths, r, so we already have 4r. Okay, so the length that we need to find is this one, and this one. So how can we find that out? Okay, so for any isosceles triangle, okay, if I drop a perpendicular line down, it's going to cut this one into 2 equal parts. All right, it's going to cut into 2 equal parts. Okay, let me call this F. Okay, let me call this F. So what is AF? Okay, so we can actually just use trigo ratio, right? Since we have a right angle triangle, trigo ratio to find AF, right? So cosine, okay, so what we want, the angle theta is here. This will be the adjacent side, and what we have is the hypotenuse. So we have the adjacent. We want to find hypotenuse. We will use cosine r, right? Okay, so cosine theta will be AF over r. Okay, so AF will be equals to r cosine theta. Okay. Okay, so now you think about it. Okay, these 3 triangles are congruent, right? Okay, we already confirm this in the first part of the question. So all these lengths are over here, right, are all equals to AF. Okay, this one. So total how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that means the total length will be 6 times of AF, okay, plus 4R. Right? So let's formulate an equation, and then hopefully we simplify, we get what they want us to show. Okay, so formulating an equation is such an important skill, okay? Okay, that they always want us to employ, okay? Okay, so total length is 8R sine theta. They gave us this value. So 6 times of AF plus 4R will give us 8R sine theta. Okay, so AF is R cosine theta, so 6 of it will be 6R cosine theta plus 4R equals to 8R sine theta. Okay, so from here you can see that we can actually simplify by dividing by 2R. Okay, so divide by 2R. So you divide by 2R. 6R divided by 2R, you will get 3 cosine theta. 4R divided by 2R, you get 2. 8R divided by 2R, you get 4 sine theta. Okay, then we just bring the 3 cosine theta to the right side. Actually, we have shown already. Okay, so therefore, okay, so we have shown it already. Okay, maybe let me write this. Okay, shown. Right? Okay, so not too difficult. If they want an equation, then you think of a way to formulate an equation for them. Right? So no need to panic when you see questions like this. Okay, next part D is regarding R formula. By expressing 4 sine theta minus 3 cosine theta in the form of R sine theta minus alpha, where R is greater than 0 and alpha is between 0 and 90, find the value of theta. So what they want us to do is use R formula to transform this side, and then after that solve the equation above. Okay, and then solve the equation above. Okay, so R formula is a rather standard working. So R will be square root of these two numbers, right? The sum of these two numbers. Okay, so 4 square plus 3 square, so that should give us 5. Okay, then tangent of alpha will be this number over this number, right? So 3 over 4. So alpha will be, okay, since we are working in terms of degrees, then alpha we put in degrees to 2 decimal place will do. Okay, so therefore 4 sine theta minus 3 cosine theta equals to R is 5 sine theta minus 36.87 degrees. Right, so this will be the answer for the first part. Right, so this halfway done. Okay, so find the value of theta. So basically we want to solve this particular equation over here. So I'll replace this 4 sine theta minus 3 cosine theta with the R formula form. Right, so 5 sine theta minus 36.87 degrees will be equals to 2. Okay, so bring the 5 over first. It's 2 over 5. Okay, then we'll just sine inverse on the other side. Okay, so if you do that, you will get so theta will be equals to 23.5 plus 36.87. To 1 dp, you will get this answer. Right, so some of you are wondering why I didn't find the basic angle and then find the angle in the second quadrant. Okay, I won't find the angle in the second quadrant because there's no point. Okay, if I find an angle in the second quadrant, it will be more than 90, right? Okay, so if this angle is, if it's more than 90, more than 90, then I bring the 36.87 over, it's going to be more than 90, more than 100, okay? And theta cannot be more than 100 because remember there's two angles that are theta inside a triangle. If there are more than 90, then they add up to more than 180, then the triangle is not possible, right? So this is how you do a question like this. Okay. Okay, so a rather long question, but actually not too difficult.